Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad that you guys are here. I'm back with another video. Today's video, we're going to be talking about how to stop people pleasing. Let's get right into it, y'all. So I used to be the biggest people pleaser ever. I feel like I was just kind of raised to be a people pleaser because the way that I was raised, my parents kind of raised me to be like, oh, you do what we say, you don't ask questions, or you're disobedient, or you're a bad child, or whatever. And I feel like when you raise your kids like that, like you don't let them speak their minds, you don't let them ask questions, you don't give them no type of explanations, you don't let them have their own voice, I feel like you're raising your child to be a people pleaser, because then when they grow up and they become an adult, they're going to have that same type of mentality, like, oh, I need to listen because that's how they were conditioned. So yeah, I definitely had it where I was always trying to do things to make other people happy. Friends, family members, even people that I worked with, people at work. Like, I would always overextend myself to please others. I would go into work even if my job called me and said, hey, we're short on staff, can you come in and help out? I would go even if I didn't want to go. Even if I knew, like, this is my day off, like, I don't have to go in, but I would still do it just to please them. I would do things to please my friends. Like, sometimes I wouldn't feel like going out, but I would still go out to just please my friends. And then I always regretted it afterwards. I was always like, why did I do this? Like, I didn't want to come out. Why did I come out? You always end up, when you do things to please others, you're always going to end up disappointed with yourself, because you're just gonna feel it. It's something that you feel inside, where you're just gonna feel like, dang, like, you're just going to feel like you're going against yourself, because your body is telling you, I don't want to do this. I don't want to go out. I don't want to go hang out. I don't feel like picking up the phone right now. I don't feel like having company right now. I don't want to be bothered right now. I don't want to go and drink and party. Whatever the case is, but if you do not stand on that, if you still do things even when you don't want to do it, you're not building a good trust with yourself, because you're constantly going to be going against yourself just to make other people happy. And a lot of times the people that you're trying to make happy, would they do that for you? A lot of times the answer is no. I think that people get used to you just being available to them all the time, or if you are a people pleaser, you're just you just let people walk all over you. So I think the first step that I had to take in learning how to not become a people pleaser was learning how to say no. No, period. No, period. And that's no is a full sentence. If somebody asks you, hey, do you want to come out tonight, and you don't want to go, even if you feel like, oh, my friends are going out, they want me to come out so bad, whatever. If you don't feel like going, the answer is no. You don't need to over-explain yourself. You don't need to write a big paragraph about why you can't go out or try to come up with an excuse. No. No is a full sentence. No is a full answer. You don't need to over-explain yourself. I think sometimes you do need to provide a little bit of context or explanation depending on the situation or depending on who you're talking to. But I think that a lot of times us people pleasers, I used to be a people pleaser, not no more. But when I was a people pleaser, I would definitely, when I was learning how to say no, I would over-explain myself. Like, if my friends would ask me to come out and I didn't want to go out, I would say, oh, no, I can't because I have to do this, that, and whatever. But I learned, like, I don't have to always give an explanation. I don't have to always give an explanation. I'm grown. I don't need to explain myself to everybody. Y'all don't pay my bills. So learning to not be a people pleaser, I think the first step is just learning to say no to things that you don't want to do. You don't want to do, and you don't have to do. I think so many people feel entitled to do things. Like, I know people personally who want to like move, or they want to switch jobs, or they want to change their major in college. They want to move across the world, but they don't do it because they're pleasing other people. Can you imagine being 80 years old and you're taking your last breath and you're sitting there thinking about how you were never able to live the life that you wanted because you were too busy pleasing everybody else? I worked in healthcare for 5 years, and I watched a lot of people transition who had those same thoughts and feelings during their last moments on this earth. And I think that's one of the saddest things ever, is when you know, like, you wasted, it's like, I don't want to say you wasted, but you feel like you wanted to do more with your life, or you wish that you would have stood up for yourself more. You wish that you would have did what you wanted to do and not what everybody else wanted you to do. So me working in nursing, I definitely have that perspective that you cannot live your life to please others. Your life is your life. Your parents, your family members, your spouse, your best friends, they might want other things for you. They might want the best for you. They might have good intentions, but at the end of the day, you can only please yourself, and you can only do what you can do. And that means that sometimes you can't show up. Sometimes I can't be there. Sometimes I need to prioritize my mental health. Sometimes I'm not coming in. I'm not doing anything for anyone. Sometimes you really need to learn to just tell everybody, hey, don't bother me. I'm busy. I need some time to myself, whatever. So the second thing that I did to stop being a people pleaser was setting boundaries. So, for example, one of the boundaries that I had to set was when I got my first apartment, my mom used to just come over all the time. She would get out of work and she would just come over and she would just pop up. And I didn't really like that. I don't like people just popping up at my house. I'm sorry. I love you, but I don't like people just popping up at my house because sometimes I don't want to be bothered. You don't know what I'm doing. You don't know who I'm with. You don't know what's going on. So like, I had to set that boundary. Like, I love you, but next time just call me before you come over. Call me and be like, what are you doing? Are you busy? Are you home? Like, what if I'm not at home? You just popping up. I don't like people just popping up at my house. That's a boundary I had to set. Was she happy about it? No, but that's the boundary that I will set, and she had to respect it, because at the end of the day, this is my house. I pay the bills here. You can't just pop up, you know? And I know some people might not agree with that, but to me, that's just what works. I just don't like people just popping up on me. I don't want you just popping up on me. I need to, like, sometimes you're just not in the right headspace to have company. Sometimes you might be doing something. You might be booed up, or you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I had to start setting boundaries with people. Like, I can't be sitting up on the phone with you all day, every day. I got stuff to do. I think that when you don't have boundaries, people expect you to be so easygoing. Like, they expect you to just drop what you're doing for them. They expect you to always be there. They expect you to always come through for them, even if they don't do it for you. But when you are too available, and when you are just letting everybody, or you're just so quick to do things for other people, people will take you for granted. Not always, but depending on who it is. Like, some people will take you for granted. I've had to learn how to set boundaries with people. People will play with you and they will walk all over you if you let them. I think that part of maturing and becoming an adult is learning to have boundaries with people. This is something that was honestly kind of difficult for me to implement, because I'm the type of person, like, I honestly feel like certain things I just don't want to deal with, and it's like, if you piss me off too much, I'm just gonna cut you off forever, and we're never gonna talk again. But I am learning now that that's not always the healthiest way to do things. So I had to learn how to, like, start communicating and letting people know my boundaries. If I don't like something that somebody said to me, I'm gonna let them know, like, hey, I don't like that. This is a boundary. Don't say that to me. Don't call me that, whatever. And sometimes people might take it the wrong way, but how they take it is not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to set the boundary, to communicate what it is that you don't like. And if they don't respect it, then that right there is showing you that maybe you should reevaluate their place in your life. Honestly, because I feel like if people don't respect your boundaries, they don't respect you, period. If I tell you, hey, I don't like when you make fun of my hair, and you're going to keep making fun of my hair, you're getting cut off. I'm not going to keep telling you. I'm not going to keep letting you disrespect me and walk all over me. You're gone. If I set a boundary with you, I might bring it up again, might give you a little reminder. Okay, I get it. Like, we're human. We're not perfect. But sometimes you just have to stand on business, because I truly, truly, truly feel people will walk all over you if you let them. And sometimes even like people close to you, and I don't think it's always intentional, but I just think that people just get used to you always being available. They get used to you always saying yes to them, always saying yes to go out, always giving people rides, you're always giving people money. Part of taking care of yourself, your mental health, and part of taking your power back, especially as a woman, because everybody does not deserve the qualities that us women possess. You know, us women, we can be very nurturing and very loving and a bunch of other things, and other people love those things. But us being so kind and having such big hearts, I think that it's especially important for women to learn not to people please, because everybody don't deserve that energy from us. Okay, so my last point on how to not be a people pleaser is learning to prioritize yourself. Learning to fill your cup up before you fill anybody else's cup up. So what that looks like is, like, every morning I wake up, and before I text anybody, before anybody gets a good morning text from me, before I check my emails or my messages or my notifications, my phone calls, before I do anything for anybody else, I'm going to pour into myself first. So I usually do like a meditation. I work out in the morning. I take a shower, listen to music. I just do things that make me feel good to start the day, to set my intentions for the day, because I do think it's important to set your intentions every morning. So that's what I do. I fill my cup up every morning. And after I fill my cup up, that's usually when I'll start like texting people back. And I think that's so important, because if you're just so quick to just do things for others and you haven't even filled your own cup yet, like, before you know it, you're just going to be irritated, you're going to be irritable, you're going to be overstimulated. So I think that it's very important to every day start your morning off by pouring into yourself. If you need to wake up a little bit earlier before your kids wake up, make that sacrifice. Like, I think it's going to be more beneficial. I know sometimes we get busy, we have so much going on that it's hard to make extra time for ourselves, but I promise you can do it. Put that phone down, stop scrolling so much, stop watching TV so much, and go do something that's actually going to fill your cup. You know, get a workout in, go take a walk, go meditate, play some music and dance in your living room. Do something that's going to, you know, put you in a good vibration. And then after that, then you can, you know, do for others. In 2025, we are taking our power back. We are no longer going to be living our lives to please other people. As much as we may love the people in our lives that want us to do whatever it is that they want us to do, we're going to be living for us. We're going to be doing the things that make us happy. And whoever doesn't like it, whoever doesn't respect it, guess they gotta watch from outside the club. So I hope everybody enjoyed this video. Make sure to follow me on TikTok, follow me on Instagram. I have a lot of content that I've been posting on both of those apps. And check out my website as well, talkingwithstef.squarespace.com. Link will be in the description. And check out my ebook. My ebook is completely free, y'all. It talks about how I've made it this far on my journey, and I hope that it inspires at least one of you guys. So I'll be back next week with another video. Until then, I hope everybody has a great week. See you guys next time. Bye.